Hey guys, welcome to New by Design. We're going to be continuing the Assassin's Creed Unity walkthrough here for 100% sync with part number 5 here. Part 5 is going to cover Sequence 2, Memory 2, which is Rebirth, otherwise known as the mission Rebirth or Memory Rebirth. Anyways, so the first part of this mission, guys, you're going to go up on top of this church. I guess it's the second level of a church. At least that's what it looks like on the second level when you get inside. It looks like a church anyways. And what you're going to do is go right inside here. So a couple things I'll say about this too, guys, is make sure you use your, pretty much anytime you're playing Assassin's Creed, make sure you're using your eagle view just because it'll save you a ton of time. If you didn't use your eagle view and do a quick sweep around there, it might have taken you a while to realize that you had to go up here and into this pedestal looking thing, the orangish yellow colored pedestal thing. And this here reminds me a ton of, I'm pretty sure it was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where they had basically these missions that you had to go into old buildings and old churches, and you had to jump on top of these various little candle things like they have here, or chandeliers, I guess is what they're actually called. You would jump on them, and you would jump on various pillars and beams and all that kind of stuff, and after an hour and a half of doing this, you would actually finally finish this mission. That's kind of like what this is, except for this is a very small-scaled, dumbed-down, very easy version of it, and I don't know if they're doing it this way to basically prepare you for what you might have to do later. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. I'm only a couple, basically, memories ahead of where I am right now playing, and so I'm not sure if that's what the reasoning behind it is, but it does bring back good and terrible memories of those Assassin's Creeds of the past and how terrible it was. So don't go this way. You can see here I end up actually falling and I don't actually make it, so I kind of have to restart myself here. And the way it works is when you restart yourself, it kind of restarts a bit of a timer, unless you make it all the way to the end, and then it doesn't actually restart your timer. If you make it to the end, basically platform there, then it kind of saves you where you are, and it goes basically right around from where it was. So you can see here, again, it's pulling itself back. Like I said, it did reset the timer, so we're going to have to go ahead and interact with it again. Once we do interact with it again, we'll give it another try here. Hopefully, you guys learn from my error here and don't have to do it twice like I did here. So we're just going to wait for these chandeliers and stuff to drop. You can see they're dropping here now, and we're going to make another attempt at it here. We're going to jump right on through. I think this time we'll go over to the left because that's where it looks like you actually have to go. So we'll go over to the left here. We'll jump on this chandelier, climb up a little bit here, and kind of work ourselves around the corner here. Jump right on up onto this chandelier over and towards the go symbol here. So like I said, once you get to here, it actually locks you in. So if you fall after this point or you don't make a jump for whatever reason, I don't know why you wouldn't, it'll actually just do it. And I noticed a weird bug where it just keeps on doing this. It keeps on opening and closing on you. But again, it's fine. You just jump down. Then it'll bring you to this portion of the mission here. There's actually a small cutscene in between it, but we'll skip all those like I traditionally do for most cutscenes. And the objective now is to go towards, I don't know what to call this at this point, actually. Just, I would say go towards the next podium where they have this thing that you drink that makes you get this crazy, crazy hallucination dream that will actually go through there. Because that's pretty much the only difficult part about this, is kind of setting yourself up for how you go through that dream, where you should be, what you have to do, and pretty much, well, for me anyways, there was only one part that I failed on once and then ended up getting it the second time around, and I'll show you guys from my experience on which way to do that so that you guys can kind of get it yourself without any of these mess-ups. I just wanted to again comment on just the general gameplay of this game. The game itself is really fun. I've been having just a blast with this game. The only thing I will say is there is a fair amount of bugs. I'm surprised actually how many bugs there is in this game. Bugs, glitches, and various things that if you do something a specific way, for whatever reason, it will not let you continue the mission. You have to shut it down and restart your mission. It won't even, like, it just completely locks you. I don't know why it does that, but either way, the game is still a ton of fun. There's a couple little annoyances there that you get, but that's fine. It's all good, and it's still a fun game for me to play anyways. So you can see the next objective here is now you're in your crazy dream that doesn't even make any sort of sense at all. What you're going to do here is, I just kind of wanted to look because I wanted to see what the pictures were and all that kind of stuff, but your actual objective is to do that little eagle dive or swan dive, whatever you want to call it, Assassin's Creed dive we'll call it, because it's the only game I've ever seen it in, and you're just going to jump down here, and it is going to kind of throw you through some pictures, which is kind of cool. And then you'll start basically your run, and it is pretty cool. I don't know, the graphics on this were pretty neat. I was pretty impressed by it. There's a lot of stuff going on. What I will say as well is I'm kind of walking at the start here. What you guys can actually do is you can just start off actually with running, and it will save you a little bit of time. You can see I'm kind of walking. You can see right now some memories of previous missions that you've done or previous memories you've done are coming through. You can see when you were a little kid and you were following that girl. I can't remember what her name is offhand, but you're following her around. That comes across your screen, and you're going to have some less pleasant memories coming up here very shortly that you get to play through again. Oh, that's lovely. Don't you love replaying terrible things of your past? Well, at least this one's a video game, and it's not actually your terrible past. So anyways, you keep on going through here, and you can see that now suddenly the floor is falling, stuff is exploding. It looks pretty friggin' cool, I'll say, guys. And you kind of go up right through here. You can see, again, stuff just splintering, exploding, floors caving down. It is probably the trippiest dream ever this guy's going through here right now after drinking that solution, whatever it was. And you just keep on kind of running towards this guy. It looks like he's an assassin or something standing in the corner. Actually, you know what? I bet that's his dad, standing right there in the corner, kind of waiting, it looks like. Now you've got to drop down. Now you can see that there's bones and skeletons and all that kind of stuff here. What I'll say here, guys, when you get here, set yourself up to the right. Go right like I am right here, because it'll come to a point where you have to be on the right. Now you're going to slide down. Again, when you're sliding, make sure you hold your slide button, which is going to be, for PlayStation 4, it's going to be O, and this is the pillar that you have to land on. If you don't land on that pillar, you have to restart, and that's kind of annoying. So we're just going to keep on running through here, and you can see this is the memory of his father getting killed or assassinated, and you run right up here, and then it gets into a brief cutscene. I'm going to skip most of the cutscene here, and we'll go to the next area. Now you can see you're here, and right to your left is an assassin that you're chasing after, and all of a sudden you can't go that way because the floor is blowing upwards, and that doesn't even make sense that that's happening. But either way, guys, you're going to keep on going through here, and you're going to see that there's just a ton of stuff happening, stuff continuing to explode, paths just coming out of nowhere, and of course it's not going to be an easy, fast path. It'll be just this really long path that they make you do just because it wouldn't be fun if it was easy, right? Isn't that the logic behind it? It just wouldn't be fun if it was easy or fast, so they'll have you going around through here. You can see that again, now this pillar drops, you land on it, you got to go around here through the corner again, and pretty much we're almost at the end here, guys. If you guys are getting annoyed with this, I wasn't any less annoyed when I did it. Make sure you jump to that top pillar or you will probably miss it. And now you're going to see that you are finally on the red carpet towards it. And what is happening now? Now his stepfather is dying too, or whatever. Not his stepfather, but his new father figure is now getting killed. So now you can see we are in a random crowd of a lot of different people, and what do you think is at the end of this crowd, guys? Probably some sort of other assassination, I'm guessing, is going to be happening here. So you walk right up to this crowd. Objective of this is actually to sneak up and kill this assassin. You can't see him yet, but you will very shortly here. You can see an assassin is standing above a corpse. I'm not sure whose corpse that is, but it is, in fact, some sort of assassin standing there. The objective of this is to sneak around. I found the only way to do it is going around behind him here like I am, and you don't actually get to see the assassination. You just walk up to him sneaky-like and hit the assassinate button, which is square, and that's it. Then it doesn't really show you anything else of what happened, but it does show that you got the Rebirth trophy. And that's it, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful at all, it sure would help me a lot if you guys would click that like button. Also, if you guys have time, you can hit that bright yellow subscribe button just in the center there. That'll notify you every time I publish a new video. Thanks very much for watching, guys.